I'm David Horner. I'm the food service director for Chittenden East. And we did the learning kitchen with some students, and I got one here. This is Alex Seipel. Alex is in 7th grade or 8th grade this year?
I'm in 8th grade this year.
8th grade. I think it's something that's lacking. It's just the basic skills that kids need in life. Simple cooking skills that are being cut out of a lot of the programs. So I think it was really lacking that in the schools, and I know the other middle school, they don't even have health anymore. So that, and just the whole junior Iron Chef competition, and we incorporated that into learning kitchen and the nutrition lessons, and I got some guys who were really interested in it and gung-ho, and we just kept going at it. We just 2 years now.
Even after the
competition. This will be the 3rd year. Yeah.
So Alex, what did you like about doing the learning kitchen?
Well, we basically got to cook every day, and we made a whole bunch of new foods, and that new foods that we never knew before, we ended up trying them. We actually began to like them. Well, we learned that we can cook stuff from scratch with like fresh produce and stuff. So we learned basically how to make food that we have around the house into something elegant or delicious. So.
And you did a lot of cooking for the rest of the school, right?
Every Friday morning I come down and help Mr. Horner with omelets in the morning. Sometimes if I get there early and there's one person in line, I'll get to make their omelets. But other than that, I'll just prepare the plates.
So tell us about having students in the kitchen with you.
It's really it's great because some of them it's their very first. Alex had a lot of experience coming in, but some of them they had no experience at all. So you can go right through from the very basics. You know, we've had accidents, right? Like pepper in somebody's eye, and
That was an accident.
and we
right?
learned that like goofing off and kitchen isn't good sometimes, so we've learned safety, sanitation, knife skills.
I think one of our funnest things that we done is probably we cooked for it was a meeting of.
We did the school board,
Yeah,
and then
the
we
school
did
board meeting, and then we had the competition, then we cooked for the whole school in one day.
And how did the other students in the school react to seeing all the cooking and things you guys were doing in the kitchen?
Well, the first time that when I started going to cooking, students were like, "Why do you have all this? Why do you have like this cooking stuff?" I'm like, "Well, I started to take a cooking class here at school," and they're like, "Really?" Just kind of surprised, and when we cooked for the whole school, a lot of the kids actually liked it. We got a cookbook, like a nutritious cookbook or whatever it's called, and a lot of the times we make this thing called veggie lo mein. We make it at
that was
home.
from the learning kitchen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So you make that at home
Yeah,
sometimes?
we make it a lot.
Oh, good.
Make big pots of it.
David, I was wondering, do you have anything you would say to other school chefs that might be considering bringing kids into the kitchen or working with kids in cooking?
Sure. It's really been fun for me to connect with the students a different way than I ever have before, because when I see them through the lunch line, we really don't have that connection that you get with working with them, you know, and these guys are I'll never forget these guys. These guys are my fans now. I mean, it was so much fun. So, you know, it's a little more time, but the reward is so much greater than what you put in for it into it. You know, yeah. It's like just seeing the guys pick the stuff up and doing it on their own, like in the competition under pressure, and Alex like rising to the occasion. It's just so cool. It's so rewarding for me. And just like Alex saying, you know, that he went home and made this stuff like the lo mein for his family, and they like it, and it's pretty cool.
But what I really actually want to do is, when I get into high school, I kind of want to see about going into cooking with tech. See what it would be like there.
So you might like to be a chef someday yourself?
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about how you're handling the new guidelines this year?
Have you noticed anything different with the new, like, in the food service, like when you get lunch?
A little bit. Or the lunch ladies are actually insisting that you have to have a piece of fruit on your tray.
Fruit
If
and
you, fruit or vegetable, or if not, you have to have one, or you don't get that, what you actually need for the day.
Mm-hmm. So are people taking them? And
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of people actually take them, and actually seen them eat them all.
That's important.
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I think the new guidelines are really good, and we did have to change. You know, we have a salad bar, and the salad bar is pretty popular, but we had to pre-portion the proteins in little
Put them in containers.
ramekins and cheeses, the eggs, the meats, and they can only have 2 of those. But it hasn't really affected our participation.
So you're making it work.
Yeah, I like it.
Right.
I think it's good. I really do. I don't believe that it's not a good thing. I think eating more fruits and vegetables is good. You know, having some calorie goals is good because it'll get rid of like the fettuccine alfredo that has 1,200 calories, and then it's not because they're hungry they're falling asleep. It's because they're so full they're falling asleep, you know, or don't have enough energy. So I think hopefully it'll teach balance and teach people to have breakfast because their lunch isn't going to be overloaded with calories anymore.
But I think eating right's probably better than eating all the junk food, I guess.